Hey folks, Brent here with Ottomatik. In this video, I'm going to cover how you can back up your Azure Flexible Postgres database using Ottomatik and our serverless offering. So this is the fastest way to get started with backups. To get started, you should have two things. One, a Postgres database running on Azure, and two, an Ottomatik account, which is free. So go ahead and sign up on Ottomatik.io, and you'll get dumped into this page, which will ask you how you want to get started. So this is our parachute flow, which will build a comprehensive backup, and you can configure it, but it will basically give you coverage hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly backups. So to get started, I'm going to choose the Postgres option. I'm going to choose the serverless option, and I'm going to choose the Ottomatik hosted storage. So just a note on both of these options, you can both bring your own storage and bring your own servers. So you can run this on your own infrastructure. I'm going to go through this because it's the absolute fastest way to get started with backups. So to get started, you got to give it a nickname, which I'll call this one Azure Flexible, and give it a host. And so with your remote database credentials, you'll go ahead and test the connection out to the database. So we're going to check the database credential and we'll verify, yes, we can connect. On that form, we have a list of IPs that you can reference. I've already configured those into my networking and security controls in Azure. So from here, I'm going to give this a name, Azure Backup. And I now can set up this schedule. So as you can see, we have four options: hourly, daily, weekly, and monthly. So this includes hourly backups. As they mentioned, the time periods are obvious, but what it isn't clear is the rotation of these files, which is already configured. And I'll go through this in detail, but essentially we're not backing up so much that you're going to have thousands of daily backups and thousands of monthly backups. We actually prune back that you're going to have a running list. And again, you can configure this if you want a list of all those backups, but this is a highly efficient backup scheme in order to get every hour, and then it will start rotating once the daily capture is made, and then we'll retain the daily captures for 7 days and then rotate them after the 8th day. So we'll go through that a little bit further. One other note here is this is a hosted database. So I don't actually have the user that I have set up cannot back up every database on my database. So I'm going to be really clear and explicitly only back up my DB. That's the database that I have control over. I don't have the ability to back up like template 0 or some of the Azure related backups. So here I'm going to finalize the setup, and great. We verified the connection and I decided to start running this immediately. So sure, we have all these jobs set up and they're scheduled. Let's take a closer look at them and see how they're configured. So we'll start with the hourly backup. So this is going to run every hour, and we're going to retain 24 copies. 24 hours, you'll get a full day. So the retention can be edited. You can retain all of them. But in this case, it doesn't really make sense because then we're going to create a daily backup. So then these stay for 7 days. And then as you guessed it, you'll have a weekly backup that rotates every 5. And so then you'll have a monthly backup, and that I believe rotates every 12. I mean, again, you can configure this on your own, but yes, this essentially gives you a full scheme of backups that will run on our system. And you don't have to worry about, are you running out of space? Does the server have memory? Did your logs overflow? And all the fun stuff that comes along with rolling your own backup scheme. So in this case, I'm loading up here and showing this job that's running in our history. And after a little bit, I'm going to hit pause. Oh, there it goes. So this is our file. I got a very small database here, and you can then look at your backups and download it directly. You can share a link, which is a secure link that we can put a password on it for you. We can also make it expire for a certain amount of time. So if you want to, let's say, a common theme that we've seen is people want to pull down the production database and share that with somebody on the dev team, or maybe restore that to another server. That's what this restore button is, and I'll go through that in another video. But short and sweet, now we have backups. We've protected our data on a rolling basis, and got started in less than a couple minutes. Thanks for watching.